On this episode of the Hanford Insider, Rob has the chance to speak with some of the dignitaries present for the new KART Transit Facility ribbon-cutting ceremony held on Saturday. We'll highlight some of this week's community calendar, and I'll be back with your sports report. But make sure you tune in until the end of today's episode for a special Christmas greeting from Tyree Reed. This is the Hanford Insider for Monday, December 15th.
Welcome to the Hanford Insider Podcast, where we bring you the stories, people, and moments that make Hanford such a special place. I'm your host, Rob Bentley, and it's December, the season of lights, community, and tradition here in our hometown. This month, we're diving into everything that makes the holidays in Hanford shine. So grab a warm drink, settle in, and let's celebrate the magic of December together, right here on the Hanford Insider Podcast. In community news this week, the Hanford City Council will be meeting on Tuesday, December 16th. In the afternoon study session, they'll be introducing Ryan Briseno as the new Information Systems Analyst. They'll receive an update on the crow abatement progress, and they'll be reviewing a solar proposal for the wastewater treatment facility. In the regular meeting at 7, they'll be holding a badge pinning ceremony for new firefighters and recognize promotions within the department. They'll be adopting a proclamation celebrating Arbor Day and the planting of the first 100 trees as part of the Urban Green Grant. They'll also be holding a public hearing for the new Copper Ridge mixed-use development. And they'll approve the master fee schedule for 2026. In general business, they'll look at the regulation of electric bikes, scooters, and skateboards. They'll look at the list of committees and boards that need to be approved and review the calendar of meetings for 2026. If you can't attend the meeting in person and you'd still like to stay informed, you can watch the meeting live on the city's website. If Mayor Mark Kyrus is able to make a Wednesday wrap-up video, I'll be sure to repost it here on the Hanford Insider. I have some personal news to share with you as well that'll impact the future of the Hanford Insider podcast. After 36 years of teaching music in Hanford and Lemoore, I've decided to retire. In retirement, one of my goals is to make this show even better and to reach a wider audience. I have some ideas that I'll be working on, including potentially posting 2 shows a week and maybe even adding a video component. I'm really excited about this opportunity, and I'd love to hear from you about what you'd like to see on the show moving forward. Thanks for your support over the last 125 episodes. Now let's take a look at this week's community calendar. Winter Wonderland has a full lineup of theme nights this week. You can get all the information at hanfordwinterwonderland.com. And speaking of Christmas, if you didn't know, Christmas has a taste. I tried some of the peppermint bark ice cream at Superior Dairy on Saturday night, and let me tell you, if Christmas had a taste, this ice cream would be it. It was simply delicious. We're so lucky to have this ice cream shop in town, and I can't wait to see it after the upcoming remodel. Councilmember Kimber Reagan will be hosting this month's Council Corner at 107 West 7th Street on Thursday, December 18th at 5 p.m. The Run Run Rudolph 2-mile run walk will be held on Sunday, December 21st. You'll get your first chance to meet the candidates for Hanford's next city manager on Monday, January 5th from 5:30 to 7 in the City of Hanford training room. It'll be an open house setting. For more information, visit the city website at hanfordca.gov. There are a lot of events coming up. Be sure to check out my community calendar. There are 2 Christmas light pages that are gearing up for the season. Hanford Holiday on Facebook provides a list of decorated homes, and Kings County Let It Glow is a county-wide contest where the best homes go for a prize. You can visit their website at kingscountyletitglow.com. If you have an event coming up, large or small, and you'd like some help getting the word out, let's work together. Send your information to hanfordinsider@gmail.com. Be sure to subscribe to my weekly newsletter to get a complete calendar of events. It's the most comprehensive community calendar available. 'Cause The new KART Transit Center held its ribbon-cutting ceremony last Saturday before they start moving in next month. I had a chance to visit with some of the dignitaries that attended and spoke to those invited to the event. Enjoy these interviews. Well, it's great to be here with County Board of Supervisors Joe Neves. Joe, welcome to the show.
Hey, thank you for being here. Thank you for inviting me.
Hey, Joe, this facility, this KART facility is amazing. Can you tell us a little bit about the background of the work that's gone into this? I'm going to be talking to a lot of people today, but I'd like to hear from your perspective kind of what you see as a big impact.
Actually, this is almost 3 projects in one. The land acquisition, and we want to thank the Armandi family for being a big anchor of that, as well as a few other parcels. When you create a 4-acre parcel in the middle of a downtown area, especially a historic area like the city of Hanford. So the land acquisition was one, and then the demolition, and then the rebuilding of the infrastructure, and then the creation of this structure. You're really spanning 100 years. A lot of the buildings that were here were 50, 60 years old. And this building we expect to last another 50 or 60 in the future. So it was actually 3 projects: land acquisition, site preparation, and then construction.
That's great. And the people that helped put this together, the Transportation Authority, have been working on this for many years. And this is not locally funded. This is actually federally funded. Can you share with us about that?
Correct. This has been a big effort from KART, but also the Association of Governments, who brought in the federal funding, as well as the state and then the local. The city put in some development money as well to be able to incorporate all of it in, because as you can imagine, the water, wastewater, storm drainage, to be able to create the new set of grades to be able to get this facility open and serving the public took a lot of effort of state, federal, and local.
Well, that's great. This is going to be an amazing facility for not only Hanford, but the entire county, serving as the hub of transportation in the future to high-speed rail and such as well, yeah?
Absolutely. This might be located in Hanford, but it's going to serve the entire, all of the communities in Kings County, and as well as Fresno and Tulare, because these routes go from Layton all the way to Visalia. And so we're here for not just the local, but we're here for a regional approach and to get people where they need to be. Many of the riders are folks that need the help with transportation, and we're here to help them do that. And whether they're a student going to Lamar College or COS, or somebody looking for medical treatment, or somebody looking to visit a pharmacy, we can get them there and get them back home safely.
Well, thank you and the County Board of Supervisors and everybody in the county government that helped make this beautiful building a reality. It's so amazing.
It's going to help people in the summertime as well as the wintertime. This design is, I think, somewhat industrial, but yet it certainly fits the architectural concept of downtown Hanford, and kind of transitions to a new modern era as well. So I think the architect has done a wonderful job.
They certainly did. Thank you so much. What a wonderful day it is for the city of Hanford and the county of Kings. And with me is Mayor of Hanford, Mark Kairos. How are you doing, Mark?
I'm good, Rob. How are you?
Amazing. This facility knocked it out of the park. I am so impressed by every detail. Can you tell us maybe about the impact that this is going to have on the city of Hanford?
Well, I couldn't agree with you more. When you just walk around the facility here, see what they've done, it's absolutely beautiful. For us as a city, downtown, it's going to be an economic driver for us. I think when you start making improvements like this and investments into portions of the city, you're going to have businesses and things that are going to follow. This is going to be the place that starts it all. I couldn't be happier for KART and for the county, and to see this come forward. But as far as for the city goes, what it's going to bring for us in the future is just it's limitless right now.
Yeah, I can't agree with you more. East 7th Street down to 10th Avenue, and then eventually all the way out to the high-speed rail station. There's some big plans for East Hanford, yeah?
Yeah, I think, we've talked about connectivity. We've talked about bringing the downtown into focus, along with the East Lacey project that's on the slate to begin, and with the improvements here in downtown, I think, and as we work out towards the ultimate opening of the high-speed rail station, This is going to be that connectivity that we need. And so to make it ease of access for people to get where they need to go, whether it's, through public transit or, some of the improvements that we have coming forward with pedestrian and bicycle safety and things like that, as we move out to the east side of the city. The future looks wonderful.
Yeah. And it's an amazing investment. I just can't believe the infrastructure that is in place in this building to improve the quality of life for so many people, connecting them to Fresno, Visalia, and all of their different routes.
And we have some great opportunity in the future here, and I really hope that our community can get behind that and support the direction that we're trying to bring to the city. Growth is inevitable, and I know it's changed, and I know that's difficult for some. But as you see this, building and the grand opening today and the things, it's just inspirational for us. And as a council member, I know our council's excited to see what these next, 8, 10, 15 years bring.
Well, it's great to have on the show Patricia Gates Matthews, the mayor of Lemoore. How you doing, Patricia?
I'm doing very well. Thank you for asking. How about yourself?
Doing amazing this holiday season. And one of the reasons I'm doing so amazing is this building is just great. They did such a great job. And I understand that you've served on the KCAPTA committee with the county that's kind of helped make this possible. Yeah.
Yes. Gorgeous building. Absolutely. I agree with you there. And I have been on KCAPTA for the last year. So it's been a pleasure to serve on that board.
Yeah. So KART has a great countywide service, and it's going to be connecting the citizens of Lemoore to more areas through this station, yes?
Yes, it's going to be an awesome area for those that are connecting from Lemoore to the surrounding areas, a nice hub for them to come to. Great building, beautiful downtown Hanford. Who doesn't like to check out downtown Hanford? So I think it's going to be really great. It's a nice upgrade, long overdue.
For sure. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Well, it's great to be here with Senator Melissa Hurtado, who represents this area. And this is a big day for Hanford, yes?
Oh, yes, it's a big day.
So can you tell us a little bit about this project and how your office has been involved in the whole process?
Well, look, I'm going to give all the credit to local leaders, the county. It was really a community effort. I played a tiny, tiny little role. We advocated for the funding to come here to get this project done. But really, it was a community effort that drove this. So today's grand opening of this facility and what it means for Kings County, it's really, it's a victory for the people of Kings County. It's their effort.
Well, we certainly appreciate your support. Thank you so much for coming, and thank you for all of your support.
Of course. Thank you.
It's so great to be here once again with Heather Corder. We first met about a year and a half ago, and we talked about this new facility that was coming to downtown Hanford. At that time, it was just a bunch of drawings in your office, but we are here at the ribbon cutting in December 2025. How you doing, Heather? You must be pretty excited.
I am so excited. It has come, finally, the project has come together, and it's taken a lot of blood, sweat, and tears, but we're finally here. And so I'm really excited for not only myself, but also the community who gets to use the transit center. It's an incredible, incredible transit center. And I think that it'll really help people move in transit easier.
And we know that this is in really good shape. It looks almost done. We've still got some things to do, don't we?
Yes, we still have a couple of things to do. And we expect admin to be moving over here sometime this month. But then we're going to start operating our buses out of here in February. Probably.
February. Yeah, February.
Yep, February 2nd.
Well, that's great. I notice as we're looking out the window here, there's so much open space for the visitors to wait for their buses. Can you tell us a little bit about the courtyard area?
Yeah, so the courtyard is available when the temperature is moderate, which is about 2 months here in the valley, where they can sit outside, they can have some drinks, and they can enjoy their time while they wait for the buses. But our real shining jewel here is actually the indoor, where we're going to have seats for everybody. We have a place for people to plug in their computers. We have a little kid corner. It's so that people can stay here and enjoy themselves while they wait for the buses.
Well, this is a wonderful addition to downtown Hanford. I've talked to so many people that are just so impressed with the facilities and what it's going to do for the community. And I want to thank you and the KCAPTA that has just made this vision become a reality.
Well, thank you. We couldn't do it without the community support, support from our federal representatives and state representatives. So there's a lot of people to thank, but mostly we want to thank our community, the people that make this possible.
And it's so great to be here with Angie Dow, the Executive Director of the King's Transportation Authority. And you are one happy person today, yes?
Yes, I'm very happy.
So tell us about this facility and maybe some of the things that are going to make it so special for the community.
This facility we envisioned in 2017, and we're seeing everything that we envisioned is exceeding our expectations. We wanted to design and have a place that people chose to be in instead of moving people through, being more a part of a community than public transit, and demonstrating not just what public transit can do for a community, but what a facility like this can do to a community. Mm-hmm. We're very excited. We have different drivers. We have different spaces for everyone, the public, employees, drivers, training. We have our own training program to train drivers. So you don't have to have a driver's license. We have a program you can get into. You're paid once you get your background cleared. You are paid, and we have a training program that gets you your driver's license to become a bus driver. So we have that here. We have a lot of space. We have a lot of our alternative space, and we built this facility for the future. So it's got a lot of things that we aren't currently using, but we will be using in the future for electric buses, electric vehicles, being able to grow the transportation center, transportation buses to our communities as Hanford population grows. Our transportation now can grow with it. We have the space to do that.
That's amazing. I know you're very busy, and I want you to be able to get back and greet all these wonderful visitors that have come out today. Thank you so much. Joining us now is County Board of Supervisor Doug Verboon. How you doing, Doug?
Very good. How are you doing today?
Doing great. You know, we talked a few months ago about the impact of this KART facility on the community and the county, but it's a beautiful day here. This facility is amazing, isn't it?
Yeah, this facility really shows where we need to go with the city of Hanford on our architecture to build up our downtown. So when people come out of town, they see things they're impressed with. When you drive from Visalia to Hanford, it's not very impressive as you come down Lacey. So if we can start this as a next movement in our town, we have something.
Yeah, and that's what I was actually talking to the mayor of Hanford, Mark Kyrus, about the people that will now start seeing this area with potential. It's not blighted as it was. This was one of the most blighted intersections in the city, yeah?
It's always been kind of blighted. But, when you have generational wealth and you have families that own property, as they get older, they don't pass their property down to the next generation or younger generation, it kind of gets stagnant. And so we're at that stagnant stage now where we need to start turning properties over to a new type of investor to improve our community.
Yeah. And this is eventually it's going to carry all the way, the development and the improvements are going to carry all the way out to the high-speed rail station out there at 43, yeah?
Yeah. So in the high-speed rail station where it's at today, Kings County sued high-speed rail to get them to be accountable to the Prop 1A language. And so we fought them for 9 years trying to get everybody taken care of. And once we got everybody taken care of that was impacted, we didn't have a station. So in the agreement, I wanted an agreement to drop the lawsuit. So we have a station, Kings Tulare station. And so they told me once I passed away, then they would name the station after myself.
Oh, no.
I said, I'd appreciate it to be gone. It's pretty controversial now. I don't want my name on it right now.
Yeah. And the connection with the Cross Valley corridor, that's something that doesn't get a lot of attention, but that's something that definitely will play a part in this and, years down the line.
Yeah. The Cross Valley corridor is a dream that we should probably get together someday with, but we don't have enough population base to make it work. It's too expensive to have that size of a rail to move people around. We could do it with a bus a lot easier, a little cheaper, but it's an idea we got to keep in the back of our minds just in case it happens.
Well, it's a great day and it's a great turnout here at the new KART facility in downtown Hanford. Thank you so much, Doug.
No, thank you for being here. Appreciate it.
All right. Well, with us now, we have Alexandra Macedo. How are you doing, Alexandra?
I am much better after witnessing the incredible thing that we did here in Hanford today.
So tell us how your office was involved and has been involved in development of these kinds of projects.
From the beginning, I always advocate for the Central Valley, not just in what I legislate, but also engaging with legislators from urban areas to make them understand that how we live in the Valley is very different. And sometimes their policies impact us differently here, and we pay the price for them. It also, meeting with Angie and seeing the wonderful things this project was going to bring to Hanford, we engaged and wrote letters of support, engaged with our colleagues that we knew could ultimately write those checks. And to be here today to see it all come to fruition and just how excited the community is for it, it's really a heartwarming moment when we have to fight for every penny here in the Valley when it comes to funding from Sacramento.
Because a lot of the time, this money flows to other larger population centers, but this is such a huge impact on Kings County.
It's not just Kings County, it's all the areas around that serves, this area. But that's what's so frustrating in Sacramento is historically we've been at the back of the line when it comes to the scale of projects like this that you're seeing in the investment. And that's why I've been very loud from the beginning of making people appreciate and recognize just how vital the Central Valley is. And that we're not talking about a few years of us being overlooked. We're talking about decades. And it's with basic infrastructure, not just for transportation, but water and things like that. So to see Sacramento finally recognize that and write a check, like I said, it brings me some optimism. But this is, like I said in my speech, this is not the finish line. This is the starting line to prove that the Valley deserves investment like this and more of it, and then maintenance going forward.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for coming to Hanford. Thank you for your support.
Thank you. Merry Christmas and God bless.
And our final interview is with Leanne Eager, who is one of the speakers on the program. And Leanne, you said a lot of kind things about Kings County and the way that things are being done. And you pointed to this project in particular as an example of things that California is doing right. And I was wondering if you could kind of expand upon that for just a little bit with us.
Sure. So as a commissioner on the California Transportation Commission, we get a lot of projects that come through. And, I'm a big road person, so adding another lane on the 99, I'm all for it. When we're looking at innovation, when we're looking at what we should be doing in California, where we're doing multimodal, bringing communities together, a lot of times, I go to San Francisco and I look at their transportation hub. Beautiful, right? I went to LA Metro. We looked at what they're doing down there. But this is about community. This is transformational in the whole Central Valley. And people are dreaming about what they can do and what they can do better. This is putting it to practice. This is saying, here in the Central Valley, and the CTC the state of California put in $90 million. $90 million in a community like Hanford changes people's lives. And this building and this whole transportation system right here that you're building is proof of that, and it starts here. Even though right now we have a building and, we're going to have a place where people can catch a bus outside and bring your bikes. It's just the beginning of that dream, because after that, now let's rent bikes out of here. Let's have a company come and say, hey, I have a great idea. We're going to have bike rental coming out of here. Economic development, right? Putting people to work, putting people on bikes. Let's have a transit system come through here. Maybe a light rail in the future coming out of here. It has to start with that dream. And this is that building that's going to do that.
Well, thank you so much for coming to Hanford and sharing the good news with us and all of your support of the projects in California. It means a lot to us.
My pleasure.
It's been quite a year for Tyree Reed. He was selected to serve as the Grand Marshal of the Christmas Parade, and he was recently announced as the Man of the Year in the Hanford Sentinel Contest. He was a guest at the KART station ribbon cutting on Saturday, so I wished him a Merry Christmas and asked him if he had a message for all of us. Not surprisingly, he was quick to grab the microphone.
Merry Christmas, everybody, and God bless with me. May God bless with me in whatever spiritual blessing and heavenly blessing in Christ Jesus. Amen. And Jesus is the reason for the season. Remember, it's Jesus Christ who is able to make a difference and a change in each and every one of our lives. Amen. Jesus loves you. Amen.
And now it's time for Hanford Insider Sports with Eric Bentley.
We'll start with girls basketball, where we had a close one on Monday night between Hanford High and Hanford West, with the Bullpups emerging victorious 36-35 to pick up their first win of the season. Hanford High also picked up a win over Edison in tournament action and now sit at 2-6 on the year, with their next game taking place after Christmas. For the Hanford West girls, the loss to the Bullpups was followed by a defeat at Tulare Union as the Huskies fall to 1-8 with home games versus Coalinga and El Diamante this week. And the Sierra Pacific girls team represented well in Hawaii, picking up a pair of wins, 41-35 over Kalani High and 56-34 over Punahou. A non-league tilt with Sanger awaits the 3-8 Golden Bears this week. We'll stick with Sierra Pacific, but on the boys basketball side, where their roller coaster season continues. After seeing their 3-0 start slide to 3-4, the Golden Bears bounced back with a huge week last week, rolling through Foothill, Yosemite, Wasco, and Highland in tournament action to improve to 7-4 on the year. They'll look to keep the momentum rolling with more tournament play this week in Tulare. The Hanford West boys split their 4 games last week, taking down Kennedy 35-31 on Wednesday and Corcoran 66-60 on Thursday, falling to McFarland and Coalinga on Friday and Saturday. The 3-7 Huskies will gear up for this week's games at Coalinga and Lemoore before taking a break until after the new year. And the Hanford High boys went winless against tough competition in the Clovis Nike Invitational, falling to South, McLean, and Clovis. The 3-8 Bullpups hit the floor with games sandwiched around Christmas at the Pauley Wilhelmsen tournament. And the weather might be gloomy outside, but things are heating up on the pitch, as all 3 girls' soccer teams continued their winning ways last week. Hanford High remains undefeated, a 1-1 draw, the result in midweek action with Bullard, before breezing through weekend tournament action against Napomo, Atascadero, and Redwood to improve to 5-0-1 on the year. The Sierra Pacific girls put up a pair of clean sheets last week, routing Coalinga 9-0 before taking down Edison 1-0 to bolster their record to 5-2-1. And a busy week for the Hanford West girls, going 3-2 in their 5 games, the wins versus Corcoran, Mount Whitney, and Strathmore, and the losses, a pair of shutouts to Golden West and Menachie, finds the Huskies sitting at 6-4-1 with 2 games left in the calendar year. In boys soccer, Hanford High notched their first win of the season in a 5-0 drubbing of Orange Cove last Wednesday, before turning around and beating Central 3-1 later Wednesday afternoon. A loss to Fowler on Thursday was the only hiccup before closing out tournament play with a 3-0 shutout of Kingsburg to improve to 3-3-2 overall. No more action left until the new year for the Bullpups. The Sierra Pacific boys went 2-1-1 in their 4 matches last week, taking down Hanford West 3-0 and Tulare Union 4-1, playing Mount Whitney to a draw and falling to Clovis North. The Golden Bears are 2-5-5 with 1 game remaining before Christmas break. And a tough week for the Hanford West boys, aside from the loss to Sierra Pacific. A pair of losses to Coalinga and Mount Whitney and a draw with Parlier were last week's results, as the Huskies still look for their first non-forfeit win of the season. As always, we like to cover as many sports as we can, but we can only do so much without you. Any sport, any team, any level, if you have a score report or a team update, please let us know at hanfordinsider@gmail.com. I'm Eric Bentley, and this has been your Hanford Insider Sports Report.
That's all the time we have for this week's show. I'll be taking a break over the holidays, and I'll be back on January 12th with all new episodes of the Hanford Insider. If you enjoyed this podcast and you'd like to show your support, you can go to buymeacoffee.com/Hanford Insider to make a donation. If you'd like to join the Hanford Insider email list, stop by my website at hanfordinsider.com to sign up for updates. You'll also get an exclusive copy of my newsletter in your inbox each week. I need your help getting the word out about the show by liking and sharing on social media, or like most people, just telling a friend. For more information about the show, you can find this podcast on Facebook, Instagram, Threads, X, and YouTube at Hanford Insider. If you have a show idea, be sure to email me at hanfordinsider@gmail.com and I'll look into it. Thanks for listening. I wish you the merriest Christmas and a Happy New Year. We'll be back on January 12th.